This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Round 80. Load it. Load it. 25. Check 25. Check on.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Push him back. Out. Wait, 89.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, go orange. Mike 42. Mike 42.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Davis now to return it. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. To throw is Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right,
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 51 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Desmond King there on the coverage. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers to throw once more. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions. And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going. The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. 1 play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A toss play, Gordon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this, up to the 41-yard line. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check 3, check 3.
From the 41, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Dean Lowry able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
79.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Okay. Alpha! Hey, Brown 80!
3rd and long for Rivers. And he's going to go down again. Rashawn Gary providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is the Chargers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable here for Davis. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, it's Jones. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. On second down now, it's Jones, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Rodgers going to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And they try to sweep to Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down now, it's Jones. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You go tight. You got tight. You got it easy. Easy. Behind.
Here's Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Kenny Clark gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on third and long. Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, And he goes down once more. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Blue 58. Cat 300. Cat 300.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Jones has it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Now Rodgers. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Joey Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Safety's creeping. Hey, leg.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's J.K. Scott now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. On the return, it's King. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, we got three.
Throwing Rivers. Allen has it, left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Right there. Dead, baby.
Brings up 3rd down.
Second 90. Not 180. Red. Check.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. That one goes for 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Wait, 89.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Montrevious Adams in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And no, it's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Get 180. Hey, front 80. Check, Mike 42. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Keep it skinny. 42. 42's the mic. Silver, silver.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He's got Adams on the hookup. They'll get 34 yards there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. Past the 20, and now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 41 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Play fake. Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch, switch, switch. Hey, Rocket.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, son.
This is Jones. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
26.
2 yards on the pickup.
30, 61. Match box, Mike. Go, go. 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Mason Crosby will kick off
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check 50. Check 50. Q. 35's the mic. Watch QB draw.
Off the play fake here. Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can. What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right? He can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
50. 319.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Right. Crunch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
319.
Watch the out.
Inside.
58, come on.
Coming this way. 319.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my homie. Explosive, you lick